Hey everyone, welcome to Good DIY Plans. In this video, we're going to be going over how to build this beautiful wild hog panel fence. This is a beginner step-by-step tutorial to show you how to actually make this fence so that you can build it for yourself as well. The benefit of this type of fence is that it keeps pets in and keeps unwanted visitors out, all without compromising the view because of that panel. So this particular design has been tried by about 3,000 people, and 150 of them have decided to leave a review. Out of 5 stars, it got 4.9, which is very solid. So some of the things that people are using this for, it looks like for animals, and then landscaping and gardening and things like that. The overall dimensions of this fence will be 38 inches tall for what's going to be visible above ground, and then 21.5 inches for what's below. And the panels are 82 inches from end to end. The first thing that we need to do is to create a housing for the metal frame that's going to go in here. So we're just going to use some simple 2x4s here. These are 72-inch long 2x4s, and then we're going to add 2 on the ends here that are 36 inches. So to secure this together, you need 3.5-inch screws. You need to pre-drill and countersink this. The reason why is you don't want the wood splitting on the ends there. So the next part will be to add this panel. So the link to this panel can be found in the DIY plan that's going to be linked in this video. This is something you can purchase at Home Depot or Lowe's, and it does come in 72 by 36 inches, so it just drops right into that frame you just made. Go ahead and secure the metal panel with some heavy-duty staples here along the edges. When the wood degrades over time, these staples will hold it in place so it doesn't go anywhere. The next part is to add 2 more additional 72-inch 2x4s directly on top. And the result of this is it's going to clamp down this metal frame so that it doesn't go anywhere. It's like a vise. We're going to be using 2.5-inch screws. The reason why is we don't want them poking through to the other side and injuring anybody. But on the ends here, we're going to use 3.5-inch screws just like we did for the first set of 72-inch pieces. So secure it through the side, definitely pre-drill and countersink. So once you're done with that, it should look something like this. The next part will be to add a top. So the top is 75 inches. It's this part right here. It's a 2x4 that goes directly on top. You can secure this with 2.5 or 3.5-inch screws. Here you definitely need to pre-drill this as well, but you want to stagger the screws so that you don't have screw collisions. And when you do pre-drill, I recommend using an old drill bit just because you don't want to accidentally hit a screw and then mess up the drill bit. So in this case, just use an old one, pre-drill, and then countersink the new screws that go in there. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and add some posts. So this is a 60-inch 4x4 post. Now it depends on what situation you're in. If you're going to be attaching this fence directly to like a deck, you may not need 60-inch posts. If you're going to have a different kind of soil, or if it's like some kind of special site, you may need longer or shorter posts depending on the situation. So here we're just going to be attaching these 60-inch posts, and we're going to do that by using 3.5-inch screws that go directly through the 2x4 here and into the post. So both sides are going to get that. Now here what you see is we have 2 different kinds of panels. We have a starter panel, which is going to have 2 posts, and then you're going to have a continuation panel, which has just 1 post. So what we're going to see is we're going to start with the starter panel, and then as we add more panels, the 2 panels are actually going to share 1 post. So these are neighboring panels that are going to share 1 post. So let's go ahead and go to a hypothetical job site here. So what we have is a job site. And here we have dug the holes, right, for these posts. So they need to be adequately deep. You need to add sand and gravel at the bottom so you have proper drainage before you're adding the cement. So if I just remove this panel here, what we'll see is we have the starter fence panel. So this one has 2 posts, and then it's reinforced here. Once you're done adding that, then go ahead and add the next one. So now this secondary panel is going to be sharing the first post here. So secure it just like we did before, so with 3.5-inch screws, and then just add the next one. And if you do need to turn this one here and this one here, they actually both utilize this same post here. So they're sharing that. Okay, all right, so next let's go ahead and we're going to now take the metal panel and we're going to secure it into place on the sides here as well. We did that on the top and the bottom. Remember that vice grip kind of thing that we did with the 2x4s? Well, we're also going to do a similar thing on the sides here so that this panel is not going to rattle around. We're going to be using a 2x2 that is 29 inches long. We're going to cut several of those, and then we're just going to add it right here and right here on both sides, and then do that here as well. Okay. Next, once you're finished with that, this is what it should look like. Next, we're going to add some caps. So these are 4x4 post caps. You can purchase these at stores like Home Depot or Lowe's. Sometimes they have lights on them. They can be decorative, and that's it. So now you just have to stain or paint it. Definitely you need to protect the wood, so you can use something like a marine grade sealant on top if you're going to be leaving it natural, or if you're painting it, follow best practices. If you're interested in the DIY plans, this is going to be available in the link below. It's a PDF that you can download and then work offline in the garage. That way you don't get sawdust in your phone or laptop. It is much more detailed. It includes the tools list, the materials list, a lumber shopping list, a lumber cut list, and then of course the step-by-step instructions. Basically everything that you need in order to be successful with this build. And I really do appreciate everyone who supports good DIY plans. You guys have an awesome day. If this video was valuable to you, check out the next project on the screen.